Hello there, welcome back to our channel. For those who are new to us, my name is Marcus. The last video I shared about one of the technical analysis tool which we use in terms of looking out for the divergence. That was the first one kind of divergence that we look for when we trade. Okay. Today I'm going to talk more about divergence. I'm going to talk about a different kind of divergence. It's what we call a reverse divergence, where we look at the turning of the market and we take a trade accordingly. All right. But just let me run through some basics first. Okay. All right. We primarily trade with price action. So we follow in terms of where the market is heading and we take trades accordingly. But there come times where we are able to take trade against the flow of the market, where we catch the turning, where the market has been coming down for a while, right? So we catch the turning up, or if the market has been going up for a while, we catch the turn down. So we're going to use technical analysis to help us. Okay, and this is simple. So we do a combination of both in terms of price action and technical analysis, TA for short. Right, as I mentioned earlier on, the divergence that we did the previous video, you can check it out on our link, okay, is what we call a continuous divergence. Today, I'm going to touch on another different kind of divergence, which is called a reverse divergence. Okay. Basically, well, if you look at the chart here, right, if market has been oscillating upwards, forming higher resistance, higher supports, etc., as it goes into a retracement, these red bars here are called retracement, where people are taking profit. So if it starts to go into a retracement, we're going to compare the resistance to resistance when the red bar appears. Okay, we're going to drop down to the indicator here, where we're going to compare the turning point, the intersection point between the blue and the red bar, right? So over here, at this point to this point, if we slope it down, it's sloping downwards. Okay. So again, divergence is a matter of where the price is heading one direction here, going up, and where the indicator is heading a different direction. So this divergence involves going into a retracement, right? A pullback or a dip. So this is why we call it a reverse divergence. Okay. This is for us to take a short trade if market is heading upwards. Now for us to catch a turn upwards, for example, right? If market is oscillating downwards, as it goes into a retracement here where the blue bars appear, we're going to compare these two supports. Okay. If we're going to draw a line, these two supports will be sloping downwards. And we're going to drop this point down to the indicator here where the red line and the blue line meets, here where the red and the blue line meets, and we connect these 2 points, is sloping upwards. So once again, you can see that they're going in different direction, right? One is sloping down, one is sloping up. This is a divergence, right? This is a reverse divergence in our lexicon because it is going into a retracement, right? So it's reverse in terms of price action, where the market is actually heading. So if we compare the supports here and we spot a divergence, if all the parameters are met, this allows us to take a long trade and take our profits accordingly. Okay, we're going to move on to a chart on S&P 500, and we see how we can apply this reverse divergence into taking a trade. Okay, in fact, we're going to use this strategy called a GTR, and this coincidentally happens to be my favorite strategy because my eyes is naturally glued towards a reverse divergence and taking counter trend trades. Okay, now over here on this chart, you can see that the price has been coming down, market has been heading downwards, right? So over here downwards again, it came down and gave a down oscillation again. Now as it goes up and give me the blue bars, as it goes into a retracement, okay, I'll start to observe between this support and this support. Okay, if I were to draw a line connecting these two, it's sloping downwards. I'm going to drop this point, this support, down to the indicator here, where the red and the blue line meets. And from here, I'm going to drop down to the indicator as well, right? So if I draw a line to connect these 2 points, it's sloping upwards, right? So what I have here is what I call a divergence. So once again, if all the parameters are met, okay, which I'll show it to you on the moving chart later on, giving you a demonstration. Okay, if all the parameters are met, we will take a long trade somewhere along this point here. Okay, we take a buy or a long. All right. Okay. Now, this was one of the trade which we took on the 24th of August this year, a few days ago, and market actually ran about 5-6 points. All right. So we took a long here. Somewhere along here, we will sell, take our profit. All right. Okay. So just imagine if you're just trading one contract. Now this is about a 5-point run, 5-pointer, right? So 5 points times US $50 per point times one contract, that's if you are trading one contract only, right? That will yield you a profit of US $250. Now this is based on one contract, as I mentioned. Now what if people are trading multiple contracts? If they're trading 10 contracts, right, you just have to multiply by 10 and that will be US $2,500 profit. Okay, let's move on to our charting software, and I'm going to play historical data for you. Same entry here, same day, 24th of August, 2020. Okay, and we see how we take our profit, where we click, and how the signal comes about, allowing us to take a trade, right? Okay, hope that you guys can see the charts clearly. Now, what's happening here is that market has been coming down. Okay, it's going to start moving up, and there's no divergence here, so we are basically waiting for the divergence to occur. Okay, when it comes about. Okay, I'm going to play the chart back at actual speed. Okay, when a signal comes about, okay, I'm going to pause and I'm going to show you where we take the trade, etc. It's going to take a while, but I'm just going to speed up the chart here a little bit to get to that point on it. All right. You may feel that the market is actually moving pretty fast now, but it's actually not. I'm speeding up the chart to about 8 times speed so that we don't waste a lot of time just sitting here. Okay. Right. So what's going to happen here is that we can actually anticipate the divergence, right? So we're going to ask ourselves, if the blue bars appear here, will we have a divergence, right? So if the blue bars appear here, I'm going to compare these two supports sloping downwards. And at these 2 points, when the blue bar appears, the line will also change to blue color, right? And this will be sloping upwards as well. Can you see clearly? It will be sloping upwards as well, right? So as I mentioned in previous videos, we will not take a trade on the first bar, okay? Okay, the second bar has appeared, okay, but our parameters over here, this is still pink in color.
Order filled.
Both parameters are there, and both windows here are blue. These are our filters. Okay, we will pull the trigger to take a long trade. Okay. We have taken a trade, we have gone long at 3414.75. Okay. Our stop will be here. Alright. And our target will be 4 points in this case. Similarly, as previous demonstration has shown, okay, I'm going to speed up the chart, okay, so that we do not sit here and keep waiting for, we're going to sit here for 10, 11 minutes or so to wait for the trade to run out its course. Okay, so once you have taken a trade, you have adjusted your stop, you have adjusted your profit target, that's it, you leave it as it is. Okay, this trade is either going to give you your profit or it's going to take you out at your stop. So right now you can see that the market is just moving against you currently. This is just while you're in a trade. The market may not shoot up suddenly the moment you take a trade, right? So you just have to sit there and wait for it to move up and down. Okay, and you see green, well, of course your heart relax a little bit, okay, and you don't breathe so hard. Okay. Okay, as I mentioned earlier on, the market actually do not move so fast. The reason why you're seeing that it's actually moving pretty fast is because I have speeded up the chart. For those of you who have missed that portion which I mentioned earlier on. So this is how market moves. It goes up, come down, form a higher support compared to this support, gives an up oscillation over here. Okay, again, it forms a higher support compared to this support and it gives another up oscillation. So we have confidence that market is actually moving up. Right?
Your profit target has been reached.
So when we hear this, of course, we feel relief, okay, because we have gotten out, okay, the trade with profits. So how long do you think we were actually in this trade, the GTR trade? Okay, we took a long trade somewhere here, okay, at about 10:04, right? We got out somewhere along this point about 10:15. Okay, so this trade lasted about 11 minutes. Now, 11 minutes to get 4 points, which is $200, if you are trading one contract. I don't think it's a bad deal at all, isn't it? All right. So to get $200 in about 11 minutes, trading one contract, So later on, we get more familiar, more consistent if your account has grown. You can easily scale up by trading 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 5 contracts, 10 contracts even, or even more, right? That depends on how confident you are and how consistent you are, right? I hope that I've given you an inkling of how we day trade S&P 500 by using a simple combination of technical analysis and price action together with the filters, together with the parameters, right? You can see that we can easily achieve our profit target in a very short time frame. Okay, with that, just let me close this. Right. So thank you very much for watching our videos. Okay, do leave a comment below if you have any queries. Let us know what other topics you would like to see in our videos. Remember to subscribe for more upcoming videos and click on the notification bell. Thank you for your time. Right. Stay safe, stay healthy.